Hey guys, what's up? I'm working on my pivot today, keeping myself centered. I've got this white post here, and a goal for me is to make sure the center, my head, stays in place. When I'm making my backswing and downswing, I want to keep my upper spine in line with this stick, okay? So from this view here, I spin around. I don't want to be over here, and I don't want to be over there. I want to spot check myself that I'm right in line, just like that. So a good goal for me is to feel like I have my body on a wall here, left shoulder up on a wall, such that if I came to this post here, I would want to feel like I stay there while I wind up, and I stretch the scapula this way, that I don't just turn and extend it all back here, because then I'm moving my upper centers to the right, and that's not what I want to do. I want to stretch. That's why Jon Rahm has this look where he really pushes out, right? So he starts his swing by pushing the arms out and stretching them, okay? And then he just pushes them straight back, and it looks very level, but there's a lot of structure in the muscles, and there's a tightness, there's a stress. You see Jon Rahm bang like this. And anytime I do that kind of Rahm feeling, I always hit it better. And I believe it has to do with the radius, you know, how far away the club is from me. With their slack in the system at different times, then the radius is changing a little bit here and there. So I'm gonna do a swing for you here. See if I can keep my shoulders turning. That right shoulder should look like it's right at the stick there. I don't want to look like I'm over here. Don't want to look like I'm over there. Okay, so hopefully that looked a little bit more centered, right? So, you know, even when you're chipping, you want to keep yourself centered with that head, man. Narrow stance. Anytime you narrow your feet, it turns off neurologically the ability to go side to side. So people that have a wide stance can kind of get over here and feel like powerful and go to stability because they're so wide, but man, you're fighting the back and forth, and that's very difficult, you know. So best operations are getting yourself to turn centered like this, and then as you come through, that left knee is going to re-swivel out. You're going to start to unwind the torso with the hips, come to the finish, where for me, I need to keep my head a little bit back. I tend to let it drift forward because I don't practice a lot. Some of the extension of my upper body this way is missing. So anytime I do that, I feel like I look like Ben Hogan, who looked monstrously like this, right? Arms up here, then coming down. This kind of bow look. And my chest will feel like it's looking up there. I'm gonna try to hit one like that for you right now. Focus on that. Ball always goes higher. So, a lot higher trajectory of my golf ball there. And the feeling of going to an extension of my upper body. And for some of you players, you know, when we want you to kind of push your hips up and forward and get your hips level at the finish, sometimes the upper body doesn't respond. So we'll go through, and I see a lot of times with my players that I might get that look of the hips up, but the body's still crunched over this way at some level. Or I'll get the hips over, or the upper body go over, and they're not aligned. So for me, when I operate with the upper half, when I go like this, I'm extending my body backwards like the Fosbury flop. And of course, the middle of my body goes like a bow, okay? Now, as Hogan said, the closest thing to the target was his belt buckle, you know, post-impact. So that means that his head's back, his feet are back, and the middle of him's this way, which means he's released his upper body, hips underneath the upper body, just like this, like throwing a ball like this. totally level, safe for the back. That was a nice high, another high 8-iron down the pipe. Here's a little, maybe a little side view for you. Yeah, so really important to work on stretching. Get those feet hammered into the ground forces, get the muscles fired up, you know? And then if you can see this white post, it should be pretty much next to my left shoulder here. What I wanna do is turn and not move away from the wall there, okay? Maybe when I get my arms level to the ground here, I might let it go an inch or two this way, but that's it, all right? But that stretching of the muscles here, not here. That's not what I'm looking for. I want that stability here. And then you start coming in, boom. Straighten that left leg, hips up and over, level, what we're doing. Couple different angles to kind of look at. But for me, I really want to see my shoulders turn, keep this right shoulder in line with the post. When it's in line with that post at the top, I know that my upper centers are right between my feet. Not over here, not over there. And this time, I'm going to do a little something where I move my hips to the left in the back swing an inch like this, okay? That's what Olazabal did. He pivoted his hips a little bit this way, so as far as the stick goes, it looked a little bit more over here, wasn't leaning over this way. And then from this position here, you don't have far to go. You've already shifted here. So now you can start posting up. That's what I see, a less slide in the transition. I get a little bit slidey, and the knees that are bent provide the slide and not rotation. So when I'm looking for getting a little bit more rotation in the transition, I pivot my hips a little this way, and I don't have far to go coming down. So you might want to try a few of these things to see how you go. That last one felt awesome. Do that again. Try to keep my head, chin up. Good. Wasn't quite as good. That one was not quite as good. With the contact anyway. Stretch. A lot of straight balls today. Anyway, there you go. A little bit out of breath because that's stretching. I mean, you need to feel like you've worked out when you're hitting balls, or at least training, right? Stretch those muscles, get them strong, get them flexible. Stretch muscles, they're gonna really get some whip at the bottom too. So let me know how it goes. I need some feedback from you guys, all right? Coordinator out. See you soon.